The athletic trainers can be called on the field at any moment, and they have to handle every emergency situation possible. Head, neck, spines. So it's very important that they're all trained, that they know what they have to do in emergency situations.
As athletic trainers, our job is to be prepared for anything that might happen. We hope we never have to use emergency skills and transporting athletes and trying to, remove equipment for life-saving care, but the nature of our job is it could happen at any moment in time. So in order to be as prepared as we possibly can, it's not enough to kind of have the education and make the checkbox that we have our emergency action plans and we have the equipment tools, but to get together and practice that so that when the time comes we can focus on the care of the athlete at any given moment, whether it's life-saving or not.
When you walk on the field, you got to do your checklist. Is it emergent? From there, is there anything neurovascular? Then you do your checklist on down to know what you have to do to help that person. When we're out there, it's 3 to 5 minutes that we're out there trying to make our decision what we have to do. Do we have to spine board somebody like we're working on today? Or are they okay to get off the field? We can do our assessment on the sidelines.
Just like your high school coach is going to say practice, 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 and the more practice you put into it, the better performance you're going to have in a game. It's kind of the same thing here. We have so much education and so many jobs to do. This past year we've constantly referred to the athletic training iceberg, right? So like on the top of the iceberg you have us watching the games and monitoring games, delivering first aid, taping, bracing, some things that you might see on the field all the time, but the things that you don't see as far as prepared with emergency skills and doing emergency action planning and coordinating with doctors and the risk mitigation that we do and all those things that put into play. But now we have to practice it so that when it comes time to game time, we just rely on our skills so it's second nature, so that everybody involved when it comes to, most importantly, the kiddo getting the care that they need so that we can create as calm of an environment for the coaches, the staff, the families, and the other student athletes who may be affected by something like that.
It's important because when you're on the field and an emergency happens, everyone goes into panic mode, but them having these conversations will help that when the emergency comes up, everyone's on the same page and responds properly, and hopefully will decrease the level of emergency of the injury.
When you go to the game and you see us, know that the person who is standing on that sidelines is prepared for anything to happen today. Our key thing is to prevent first, and then if we have to act, knowing that we've practiced enough and that we have our education to act in that certain way. And it's a special skill set that we train for and practice and learn and keep up on our best practices to ensure that no matter what happens to that student athlete, that we can take care of them, both physically and mentally.
We want the kids to play. I always say if my athletic training room's empty, it's a good day. We want the kids on the field, but we're also there to help them.
Those are the moments that make it worth it when I'm at the secondary school level, to be part of every single step with that kid, be somebody for those families and the kids to turn to have the doctor relationship, to give the care, and then watch them on a Friday night smile as they come back for the first time. It literally gives me like goosebumps when I get to watch things like that and we watch our kids do that. So those are the moments we're there for. We know we need to be prepared for these, to be multidimensional so that we're here for this, but we love putting those kids back in the field and watching them safely.